Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports. Tonight we are at Aquila Park in St. Louis Park, bringing you girls varsity softball, non-conference softball featuring the Hopkins Royals and the St. Louis Park Orioles. The Hopkins Royals come in out of the Lake Conference, St. Louis Park out of the Metro West, and you can see their records there, 11-2 versus 3-9. It's going to be an uphill battle for St. Louis Park, but it's a gorgeous night here in St. Louis Park. I am Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us. And up first will be Hopkins. And on the mound, though, for St. Louis Park is Marissa Betcher. She's their star pitcher, and she'll be going against Cassidy Allen. And there is the starting lineup and the batting order for Hopkins. Signe Doce at shortstop, Lauren Granger, Delaney Lindstrom, Tori Turgeon, Cassidy Allen, the pitcher, Katie Schatz-Turizvili, wow, Sophie Schmitz, Cami Katz, and Molly Ensler to round it out. And there's Marissa Betcher finishing her warm-up tosses. Coming into tonight's game, St. Louis Park with their 3-9 record. And the last time we brought you them playing was against Jefferson, a tough loss, 14-1. As we look at the outfield, there's Betcher at pitcher, Schmelzy at catcher, Meyer, Hallstrom, Nguyen, and Charpentier on the infield, and the outfield, Meyer, Lund, and Protas. Again, we're glad you're with us, and we're about to begin. Marissa Betcher will be facing Signe Doce to start it off here, the shortstop for Hopkins. And needless to say, St. Louis Park's going to have one of their best games to stay in it with the Lake Conference leading Hopkins Royals. And we're underway here at Aquila Park, and that first pitch is a strike, so a good start for Marissa Betcher. As I was about to say, St. Louis Park has 4 consecutive losses, so they're looking to get on the winning track here tonight. And there's a pitch number 2 and a strike number 2 for Marissa Betcher. So 0-2 to count to Doce, the shortstop. And that 0-2 pitch, nothing close, so good eye by Doce, the shortstop. One-two pitch on a way, and oh, that gets hung on there, and that's deep to left field, over the head and against the wall, and that's going to be a stand-up double to start the game for Signe Doce. And there she is on just a gorgeous 69-degree, beautiful early mid-May afternoon here in St. Louis Park. No other place better to be than outside somewhere, and watching varsity softball is one of the favorites. Okay, now up to bat number 2. Lauren Granger will step in with a runner on second base. Nobody out here, top of the first if you're just joining us. Marissa Betcher on the mound, pitch on away. And slow call from the ump, that looked like a ball, so 0-1. The count from the windup. Betcher swung on, fouled straight back, strike 1, so the count now 1-1. And this is the designated player. So obviously, they say the DP, but it's really the designated hitter. But the pitcher is pitching in Hopkins' lineup, and that ball outside and a little bit high. So 2-1 the count. Betcher on that first batter had an 0-2 and a 1-2, but then gave up the big double to left field. Now the pitch on away, and that is called a strike. So she evens the count at 2-2. Big out here, St. Louis Park needs to get here with a runner on second base for Hopkins. Pitch on away, and that's outside. So the count runs full. There's an empty base on first, so if she lets this one go, it's not the worst thing in the world, because it would force a force out on any base next up, and she gets her to run, but the ball gets loose. They're going to have to get it to first to get the out, and there's the throw, and she's too late, and so she's safe on the dropped third strike. So very unfortunate error there by St. Louis Park. They could have had an out there on the strikeout, and Marissa Betcher will get credited for the strikeout, but it will not be an out in the game. So still 0 outs, and now we have runners at first and third, but it does create a double play situation if an infield ground ball, and on that first pitch it's hit deep to left field once again. and it gets all the way to the fence, and now it'll run in. That's going to score 1 run. It's going to score 2 runs, the relay, and now the throw back to third. They could have her, and they do. They throw her out at third. Nice recovery play by St. Louis Park. After giving up those 2 runs, they do record out number 1 on a nice cutoff by the catcher, and the relay to third base gets that out. So I don't know. I didn't see if there was an error. Oh, well, I don't know. That would be a drop third strike. I don't know. I guess I would count that as an error. I'm not sure what the official scoring is there. And now up to bat, the third hitter, number 25. Torrijos. And that's swung on right to the shortstop and just gets through. Looked like she just missed it with her glove, and that's a base hit. And there's another runner on first with 1 out as we watch that replay. And I am looking directly into the sun, so if I hesitate a little bit, I'm having a hard time seeing where my location is. So I apologize for that. The pitch on away, and you can see from that camera angle out in center field, and we've got cameras all around this field. So you're gonna see great action by our camera work. But now stepping in with the count, 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, a runner on first, and already 2 runs across for Hopkins here. They come in with 11-2 record, and now with that ball in the dirt, that's a stolen base for Delaney. For Hopkins. So now a runner in scoring position, 1 out still, 2 balls, no strikes to count, and that pitch is right in there for a strike. Nice job by Betcher to get back into the count on this batter. 2-1 now the count. Top of the first, if you're just joining us, pitch on away, ground ball to third. Meyer picks it up, gets it over to first, and it's off the mark, so she's gonna be safe, and that's gonna score the runner on the air. And that will be a throwing error on Meyer, I would imagine. So St. Louis Park struggling a little bit here on defense has led to some unearned runs for Hopkins, and now it's 3-0 here in the top of the first. And now we're having a conversation. As we look at that replay, and you can see the ball, it was definitely handled cleanly by Meyer at third base, but unfortunately the throw was a little bit off. She looked a little tentative. You just gotta let that puppy fly when you get that ball. The more you think about it, it's when you run into problems. And now it looks like we're going to have a substitution, I think. That's the third base coach. It might be the head coach. I'm not sure who it is. Came over to talk to the umpire. But now stepping into bat for Hopkins is number 39. That is Katie with an unbelievable last name, which I can't even begin to pronounce, and I can't even read it what I've had written here, so I apologize, but let's just call her Katie. Number 39 steps in with a runner on second base, 1 out, top of the first. That ball's in the dirt, and now she's gonna take third base. No problem, even though the throw got there. It was a little bit late. So Schmelzel at catcher, unable to handle that, but Betcher had that one in the dirt. So 1 ball, no strikes to count. Runner now on third. 3 runs already across top of the first, 1 out. That pitch is high and outside. Count now goes to 2 balls, no strikes. Betcher looks into Katie with the really long last name, and she takes a swing on it and just got a little piece of it, but that's a caught strike 1. So now the count 2-1. Betcher looks to try to get this out and prevent that runner from third to coming in, and that pitch is on the way, and it's a strike call. So now she evens the count 2-2. As Marissa Betcher fights to get back into this count. 2-2. Pitch on away, swung on, infield, fly ball just in between second and short, finds the green, and that's gonna be a base hit RBI for Katie. And that will bring the score already to 4-0 here in the top of the first. And now stepping into bat for St. Louis Park is Sophie Schmidt. She is the third baseman. And she takes strike 1 from Betcher. Still just 1 out. Now a runner on first, 4 runs across. And up to bat, Sophie Schmitz, the junior for Hopkins. They have an 11-2 record. She swung on that and fouled it straight back into the backstop. So now strike two. Advantage Betcher here, an 0-2 count. Let's see what she does here. She's going to give her anything good to hit, or she's going to come right at her and get strike three. And she goes right at her, and she went around. Strikeout for Betcher, and that records out number 2 in the top of the first. And that will bring up number 7, Sammy Katz. The second baseman batting in the 8th position, and she swings on that first pitch, a pop-up in the infield, and the catcher, Schmelzel, makes a nice call off of everyone else and handled that ball very well to record out number 3. But after 1/2 inning of play from Aquila Park, our score, Hopkins 4, St. Louis Park coming to bat. So 6 hits, 2 errors, 4 runs for Hopkins in the top of the first, and coming to the mound, you can see her out there, is Cassidy Allen, and Allen comes in with an 11-2 record, so that is the same as her team. So she's been their starter throughout the season, and Hopkins comes in with a 6-game winning streak. Just last Friday, they beat Edina 5-3, and there is the lineup for St. Louis Park. Leading off, Protas in right field, Wen second base, Haley shortstop. The pitcher, Betcher, batting fourth, then followed by Schmelzel, the catcher, Carpentier, the first baseman, Sam Meyer at third, followed by Sadie Lund and Sophia Meyer. And let's see if St. Louis Park can get on Hopkins and get back in this thing here in the bottom of the second. And the lefty, Ayelet Protas, the right fielder, will step in to take a look at Cassidy Allen, who comes in with a 2.39 ERA, which is very low for softball. So obviously, St. Louis Park has their work cut out for them as we look at in the outfield. There's Lindstrom at catcher, Allen, as I've mentioned, at pitcher, Schmitz, Dose, Katz, and what about that name? Chartarisvili? My goodness. Ensler in right, Freiberg at center, and Tori Turgeon in left. Okay, we're about to begin. Such a gorgeous night. Light winds here, 69 degrees. And they're waiting for the music to calm down. And all right, yes, you can see Protas saying to her friends that are running the operation just behind me, and they are playing great, energizing music. Okay, the lefty steps in, and she tries to take a swing at that, as she did take a swing. Strike one. The count to number 4. Ayelet Protas, as she's kind of laughing at herself there just a little bit. And she has an interesting swing style. She kind of runs at the pitch as she swings. It almost looks like she's going to do a drag bunt. And there she does it again. Never really seen anything like that. If you watch her footwork, as the count now is 1-1, nobody out here, bottom of the first. We're at Aquila Park in St. Louis Park. Pitch on away, high and outside. You can see how she runs toward it. I'd love to interview her and ask her what the advantage is. So count 2-1 to Ayelet Protas, the leadoff hitter. Pitch on away, and she swings at that. It was clearly low. So strike 2. And I question whether, if she's even in the batter's box when she's swinging there. Hopkins coach is not objecting to that swinging style, but here's the 2-2 pitch from Cassidy Allen. The right-handed delivery and swung on. I mean, she's almost out of that batter's box. I'd almost like to look at a replay to see where she is when she's swinging. I know from my days, you got to be in that batter's box. And I remember listening to managers in high school baseball sometimes complain about that. But let's see here now, the 2-2 pitch on away, and she is in the batter's box. And that's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Allen, and that records out number 1. Now up to bat, L.O.N., second baseman, number 13. Another lefty against the righty, Cassidy Allen, and you can tell she's a tough pitcher with a 2.39 ERA coming in. Hopkins on a 6-game winning streak, but stepping in when? And that ball low. Ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. little swirling wind. I just see like a little minor tornado. So there is some interesting winds around here, but for the most part, looking around here, not a lot of wind. Just a few little squalls coming through. The count now, 2 balls, no strikes to win. We'll see if she takes here, and she does, 3-0. So if you're a Park fan here, as we look at our center camera view, and what a view that is, as we look at Cassidy Allen now, I would be taking all the way here if I'm St. Louis Park. They need base runners badly, and that ball's low, so 4 straight balls. Nice job by Wen. Not falling for any of them, so a 4-ball walk for Wen. That puts her on first, and now up to bat, the number 3 hitter, number 12, the shortstop, Cameron Hawley. Batting right with a runner on first. St. Louis Park gave up 4 in the top of the first. They try to answer a little bit. She swings at that first pitch, gets a piece of it. So that's strike 1 to the number 3 hitter in the shortstop, Cameron Hawley. As we look at Cassidy Allen, get ready to pitch again. No balls, 1 strike. From the windup, pitch on away, swung on to right field, coming over to make the play, and she does make the catcher. Did she drop it? I was a little obstructed. It looks like she did drop that in foul territory, so new life here for the number 3 hitter, Cameron Hawley. The shortstop, count still remains, no balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on away, swung on, ground ball to the shortstop. Could be a double play to second, and the nice slide there by Wen prevented the double play as she broke it up. So that's a fielder's choice put out, 6-4 if you're scoring at home. As we look at that replay, and boy, was her foot on the bag? I just looked at that for a second, but as we think about that, now stepping into bat, Georgia Charpentier. Number 10, the first baseman, swings on that first pitch, and a short foul ball just eludes the first baseman for Hopkins. Well, that would have been out number 3, but that actually is going to be strike 1 to Charpentier. Pitch on away, a nice hit to right field, and that's down for a base hit. That should send the runner to third base, and she will take third base. The throw comes in as she slides in, so a nice base hit by Charpentier with 2 outs. And now a chance for St. Louis Park, and now stepping in the pitcher, Marisa Betcher, as we watch that replay. Beautiful hit. Nice swing, level hit right in the grass there as we watch her slide in. Great camera work there by ParkTV 16. 2 outs now and a chance for Betcher to get a run back here on a base hit. Swung on, and that ball's hit down the right field line, foul territory and out of play, which will be strike 1 to number 16, 1-6, Marisa Betcher. Gave up 4 runs in the top of the first, has a chance to get one back for herself and the team. Pitch on away, swung on, and that's down the line, fair ball, and that'll score a run, RBI. Will the runner get to third? No, she holds up at second, so Betcher comes through with an RBI clutch base hit right down the line, sharply hit. So 2 sharply hit balls by St. Louis Park gets them back in it. Let's look at that replay. Nice swing, got the nice part of the bat on that ball, and you can see she did as that ball got out of the infield in a hurry. And so now runners at first and second, and we're gonna have a pinch runner now in for St. Louis Park. And that is number 3, Rowan Jansen, in to run for Betcher, probably because she's the pitcher. They want to keep her rested and unhurt. And now stepping up to bat for St. Louis Park is number 15, and I don't have, it must be Sam Meyer. It is Sam Meyer. So she looks at strike 1, so 2 outs here, 1 runner across in the bottom of the first, runners on first and second. Cassidy Allen delivers, and that pitch is swung on, and it's a quick, easy pop fly to the shortstop, who records out number 3 single-handedly. But after one full inning of play, St. Louis Park gets on the board. Our score is 4-1. We're coming up to the top of the second for Hopkins. As they went through their lineup in the top of the first, and am expected up next will be, I believe, Katz, Ensler, and Freitag, the 8, 9, and 10 hitter for Hopkins. They will try to build on their 4-1 lead. But for the bottom of the first inning, St. Louis Park looked well. 2 hits, 1 run, 2 errors is what they gave up in the top of the first. So they really need to cut down on the errors when they're taking on a formidable opponent like the Hopkins Royals, who are leading the Lake Conference 8-0, 11-2 overall. The last 2 wins for St. Louis Park both came back on May 1st against Jordan and Aitken. There was a tournament here. So let's see if they can find their winning ways tonight here against Hopkins. And Betcher finishes her warm-up tosses, and stepping in for Hopkins up next is number 2, Molly Ensler, the center fielder. As she takes ball 1 from Betcher here. If you're just joining us, top of the second inning. 1-0 count, swung on, fouled straight back. Count evens at 1-1. Betcher, the star pitcher for St. Louis Park, looking to have a better half inning here in the top of the second. Gorgeous night here, pitch on the way, swung on, and a base hit right back up the middle to center field. Well done by Ensler. And that will bring up the number 10 hitter, number 24. For Hopkins, that's Ruth Freiberg, the center fielder. As we look at that replay, nice hit there. So nobody out here in the top of the second. Pitch on away, low. And I don't know Ensler who's on first, but she does look like she could be a stealing threat, so they've got to be on their toes. That is the Orioles in the outfield. Now the 1-0 count, swung on, and kind of a half swing and a roller to third. She's got to be in a hurry and unable to get there in time with the throw from Meyer. So that will make it runners on first and second, and up to bat for Hopkins is number 32, Lauren Granger. And here's the pitch on away, swung on. Make it over there in time. So on first and second. And 1 strike, no balls to count. So number 32, Granger, and that pitch called a ball. So 1-1 the count, even. Runners on first and second. Hopkins stretching in here in the top of the second with nobody out. Pitch on away, and that ball is hit well to right center field. And it is over the fence for a 3-run home run by number 32, Lauren Granger. And boy, she caught all of that one. Yeah, you know, I can't hear myself. It just all of a sudden did that. I don't know what to do. I didn't do anything. I've just been talking. But I couldn't hear myself there for the last minute. Oh, that sounded, there you go. So that was it. Okay. Sorry, we had a little audio technical problems there, but we've got them fixed. And while I was away, the count is 2-0 one out here. And on that 3-run home run, the score now 7-1. And that pitch to number 13, Delaney Lindstrom, the third baseman junior, now looking at a 3-ball, no strike count. We'll see if she's going to be taking as the bases were cleared on that big-time home run to right center over the fence. And that was a poke, folks, 200 feet. And that ball is swung on, and a routine pop fly ball to the second baseman, number 13 for St. Louis Park, records the out. Ella Wen, and now that is out number 2 here, or no, that is 1 out in the top of the second. Already 3 runs across, courtesy of the home run. And stepping into bat here is number 25 for Hopkins, Tori Turgeon. Pitch on away, strike call. 1-1 the count. Tori Turgeon. Second baseman swung on and fouled back. So strike 2, ball 1 the count, 1 out. Betcher still on the mound. 7-1 our score here in the top of the second. Pitch on away, swung on, and nice pitch. Oh, could have been caught for the out. She's gonna have to make the play on the ground, and not in time. As these bases in softball are really close together, and these girls are fast. So once you get a grounder, you've got to get that ball out of your glove in a hurry. And she could have had the out, so unfortunately she couldn't make the throw. She got it over as fast as she could, but the speed of Tori Turgeon prevented that. Now a pop-up on the infield. Can the catcher get there? No, not in time. I would call that a hit. It was so hit so sharply. Yeah, I would not call that an error. It could be an error. It all depends on how you look at it, but I feel that we should be forgiving. I think that was so hard hit that made it much difficult. And then getting that grounder out after that is, to get it over to first in time was almost impossible. So base hit for Turgeon. She's on first. 1 out still, but a no ball, 2 strike count to number 40, Cassidy Allen, the pitcher, and she swings on that, and a base hit right back to center field. And now Hopkins is brewing here again in the top of the second with runners at first and second. And up to bat now is number 39, Katie Shatrashvili. I need to practice that name. I'm gonna get it down too. That is a challenge, let me tell you what. Shot Irish, so that there's Shat and Irish and Veely. So Shat Irish Veely. I think I'm gonna get it here. First baseman. And now we have some discussion with the St. Louis Park bench by the home plate umpire. 1 out. Shot Irish Veely steps in. Swung on off the end of her bat, fouled. Right towards where I am positioned, right between home plate and the Hopkins dugout. And so strike 1 the count to Shot Irish Veely. Pitch on away, high and outside, ball 1, so count 1-1. Runners on first and second, so a double play opportunity here with the right ground ball. But Betcher needs to be careful, as this is the big hitter, and that ball's a base hit, just avoids Wen's glove, and that's gonna score the runner from second, and the runner on first goes to third. And so a base hit RBI for Shad Irish Veely, the first baseman senior. She gets a nice bat on that as Wen diving for it, couldn't quite catch up to it. And so that'll bring up number 14, Sophie Schmitz. She looks at ball 1, no strikes. 8 runs across, that's 4 this inning. There was 4 in the first inning, and they're not done yet with runners at first and third and only 1 out, but a double play ball could get St. Louis Park out of the inning. Count now goes to 1-1. Sophie Schmitz, the junior infielder, takes a look at that. Strike 2. So now she's in a hole. Advantage Betcher on the mound. Sophie Schmitz, she'll be protecting that plate. She swings on it and stays in the count at 1-2. She was indeed protecting the plate. Nice pitch by Betcher. She had a lot of pace on that. 1-2 count delivery. Swung on, base hit between third and short, another RBI, and now they'll have runners at first and second, and another run across. Our score now 9-1 in the top of the second, I should say. And that will bring up number 7, Sammy Katz, as we look at that replay. And boy, when Hopkins gets their bat on that ball, they are smoking those balls all around the infield. And now the Orioles coach is coming over, and are they gonna do a lineup change here? Not sure what they're talking about. I don't see anybody coming off the bench into the outfield. So I'm not real clear. Oh, now he's gonna come out. And it looks like we're gonna do some switching around as Betcher is gonna get relieved, apparently. So number 8, we're gonna have a pitching change. Number 8 for St. Louis Park is gonna enter the game to pitch. That's Katie Crocker. And she'll go to the mound as we look at the head coach for the Orioles. And Betcher, I think, is gonna go to right field. As coming off the field is number 4. No one's explaining this to me. I'm just gonna kind of put it together as I see who's going where.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, I'm talking to the home umpire. Yeah, what's going on?
Yes, so they got a new pitcher.
Okay, Katie Crocker, yep.
Yep, the gal who was pitching, she's going to...
Right field?
There you go. Yep.
Got it, thank you very much. So the right fielder is coming out. That was Islet Protas. So Betcher will go to right field. Crocker will come in, and I assume she'll bat where Protas was at the first position. So Crocker now taking her warm-up pitches. And that was probably a good humanitarian move as Betcher was getting rocked there for 9 runs. And that'll give us a chance to look at the upcoming schedule. Oh, I guess they're gonna start playing. We'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, back to live action, and first pitch by Crocker is an out. As Betcher came in, and they're gonna double her up at first base. So what a move by the manager for St. Louis Park. He makes a pitching change. She throws one pitch. They get a double play, and they're out of the inning. And they'll be coming up to bat here in the bottom of the second. Wow, what a brilliant sequence of events that was. So Crocker comes in relief and gets him out of the inning on one pitch, and Betcher goes to right field, made the heads-up play to catch the runner off first base. Brilliant defensive play there by the Orioles. Let's see that kind of play as we watch her get back not quite in time. That kind of play can energize a team when they come up to bat. It certainly would me. They do have their work cut out for them, but it would energize me. I would be coming off the field saying, all right, let's go hit. We can do this, because that was a beautiful play. I love seeing great defensive plays in the outfield, and that was one of them there. A highlight to be sure on the season to double up the Hopkins on that kind of play. That was a mistake by the runner for Hopkins. You want to make sure that ball is down before you take off, and that was kind of a cardinal sin there in base running. You want to take your first step back until that ball is down. But she made an assumption that it would be down, and Betcher, as athletic as she is, came in and made that catch and then went right to first. So she was already thinking through the scenarios. When you're in the outfield, you want to think through, if the ball comes to me and I catch it, what am I gonna do? And she had obviously thought that through and executed the scenario that occurred in front of her. She looked up and saw that she could get the runner off first and threw her out with a strike from right field. Okay, now here comes the Orioles up to bat. 9-1. They've got to get their hitting shoes on, and now stepping in to see if she can do that is Sam Meyer, the third baseman, to lead it off. Oh, she swung at a low pitch there. Need to be a little more patient. So already down, no balls, 1 strike here. Bottom of the second, nobody out. Pitch on away. Ball, good eye there by Sam Meyer. As we look at Cassidy Allen, the prolific pitcher. Boy, as I mentioned early on, the 2.39 ERA is very low in girls softball. Now that pitch is ball 2, so 2-1 the count to Sam Meyer, the number 6 hitter at third base. Trying to get something going here for the Orioles in the bottom of the second. And another, she is susceptible for those low pitches. Looking at her coach there at the third base, he was smiling. He must know that about her. Those low pitches look good to her. Gotta learn to be disciplined in the box. 2-2 count, and she looks at that pitch for strike 3. As Cassidy Allen brought the heat on that one. So 1 up, 1 down on the strikeout in the bottom of the second for the Orioles, and that'll bring up number 11, Sadie Lund. And boy, in my batting, what I've got for the order, they look like they're batting out of order here. Victoria Schmelz is who I have that should be batting after Sam Meyer. But it's Sadie Lund. And I don't know if that's a mistake, because you can't move people up in the order, but I'm not going to concern myself with it. But just note to self, note to the audience, see if anybody catches it. Batting out of order is not a good thing in baseball or softball. That hit swung on, and it's a fly ball to center field. And moving over to her left, making that play, the center fielder for Hopkins. Ensler makes that play easily. And that brings up number 2, Sophia Meyer, the left fielder, as she looks at ball 1 with already 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, nobody on. Pitch on away, swung on, short, shallow to left field, but coming in and making the play on the run is the left fielder for Hopkins, Tori Turgeon, and she records out number 3 for the Royals. And so after 2 complete, our score is 9-1, and Hopkins will be coming up here in the top of the third, looking to increase their lead. And it's probably not too early to talk about the mercy rule. Paul, do you remember, what is it, a 10-run rule after 5 or after 4? 10 runs after 5 is the rule. So we'll see if St. Louis Park can get a 1, 2, 3. And when we left at the top of the second, Sarah Crocker had just come in on relief. She threw 1 pitch, recorded and led to a double play. So we'll see if she can keep that magic going here in the top of the third and keep the Hopkins Royals bats silent. Great atmosphere at Aquila Park. 4 fields, couple men's softball games going on, a junior girls fast pitch game going on behind me. Lots of people milling around, full stands, got great music here behind us. Just a great atmosphere in one of the greatest suburbs in the Twin Cities, St. Louis Park. Just a great community here. What an atmosphere. Can't beat it. All right, now, there are some substitutions in the outfield. When I note them, I will try to bring you who those players are as I look around. Number 28, I think, is that, or number 18 at third base is now in. That's Megan Haney for St. Louis Park. Now the pitch by Crocker. That is swung on. Strike one for Crocker. So she's off to a good start here in the top of the third. Hey, whoop. Hello, there we are. So a little connection there issue. I just fixed it myself. My goodness, that is amazing in itself. Okay, no balls, 2 strikes, and that pitch is swung on, fouled straight back. So Crocker pitching very well here in relief of Betcher, who's now still, is she in right field? I don't know, we'll have to look around here and see. There's a lot of substitutions in the outfield now after Betcher came off the mound, and then they had a half inning to think about it. A lot of shuffling, and that swung on and missed, and a strikeout for Crocker. She took a little bit off that pitch and got her chasing for the strikeout. So nice start here for Crocker. And now stepping into bat for the Royals is number 36, and she swings at the first pitch, and it goes to right field, and the center fielder came over and took it away from her. Number 2, Sophia Meyer, I believe. Let's see, who is that out there? The numbers are so small, it's hard to see. I do have binoculars. That's Sophia Meyer out there, I believe. Now the pitch on away from Crocker as she faces number 32, Laura Granger. And I think Granger hit a 3-run home run last time she was up. So with 2 outs, nobody on, and 1 strike the count. Crocker, the third base, get the throw over there. She waited a long time, and she just got her just in time. So a 1-2-3 inning for Crocker and the Orioles as they silence the Hopkins bats here in the top of the third. So after 2.5, our score remains 9-1, and I cannot say enough about Crocker coming in and shutting down the Hopkins Royals after they had a barrage of 9 hits to start the game. Now the question is can the Orioles get their bats going here in the bottom of the third? As they've got 9 outs to get back into this thing. Although they're not 10-run yet, they're on the cusp here, so they need to get some runs to try to stay in it. And on such a nice night, why not play 7 innings? Okay, coming out to pitch for the bottom of the third will be Cassidy Allen. She's gone the whole way, and I believe she's probably pitched all the innings of all the games for Hopkins as they come in with their 11-2 record, and she's got an 11-2 record. She'll complete her warm-up tosses, and
so we ain't really never had no old money.
Leading off for St. Louis Park will be number 8. And I don't have a name for number 8. So we don't have a perfect information here. Is that number 9? I can't even tell. These numbers are St. Louis Park. We did lacrosse. That's an 8, I think. And I don't have a name for a number 8. So frustrating. What are you gonna do? So we'll just call her number 8. Not such a bad number. Okay, number 8 steps in to face Cassidy Allen. Pitch on away. Outside, ball 1. Good eye by number 8. 008, not 007. We'll call her 008. Special Agent Oreo, right-handed hitter. Pitch outside. Oh, that first pitch was a strike. I thought that was called a ball. As I look at the scoreboard out in right field, 1-1's the count. My mistake. And that sun is starting to come down in right field. We'll see if that affects the hitter. And that ball's gonna just find its way, eluding the second baseman as she dove for it in the gravel. And a base hit for 008. And that will bring up number 3. And I do have a name for her, Rowan Jansen, the left-handed hitter, as there were a lot of lineup changes as we look at that replay. That seeing eye bloop single hit by 008 gets her on first, and that is Rowan Jansen. Stepping in with one on, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Park trying to get some runs here desperately. We'll keep an eye on 008. Hopkins looks like they're concerned about the stolen base opportunity. Count, ball and ball, no strikes to Jansen, and a big swing and a miss, and that was a big time, a lot of heat on that pitch by Allen. Count now 1-1 to Jansen. 008 on first, nobody out. Pitch on away, swung on, and that's a high out of play, possibly along the fence, and I think that hit the fence, so new life here for Jansen as the count will remain 1-1. Nope, 1-2, they finally show that. Yeah, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jansen in the hole here. Looking to get on. Pitch on away, and she, good eye, that was close. So the count now even at 2-2. As the second baseman is shaded to the right, swung a high pitch, and she took a big swing at it, and I like that Jansen did not hold back. If you're gonna take a cut, and that's it. She's got a great swing, by the way. Just couldn't catch up with that fastball from Allen. So that's a strikeout and out number 1 in the bottom of the third. And now it appears a lot of substitutions going on. I'm not gonna be able to keep up with them by myself. So let's see who's gonna step in. And now 008's coming off first base, and we got a pinch runner. Lots of substitutions, unbelievable. Number 5's coming in, and that is Cora Zumbrunen. And up to bat is number 12. That's Cameron Halley, the shortstop. She swings at that first pitch, and that is deep against the wall in right center field, and it's against the wall. She'll be on second base standing up. And Zumbrunen was a little bit startled, but she did make it all the way to third. Query whether she might have been able to score, but there she was. You can see her hesitating, and you can't blame her because I was just criticizing the Hopkins players, and that could have been caught. So she did the right thing. The rule really is to go halfway, and then if it's caught, you get back. And I think she went a little bit towards halfway, and she's on third. So runners on second and third, and stepping in the bat, number 17 off the bench, Hannah Howell, who I think is now at first base if she looks familiar. So the Orioles going to their bench here all around, which I think is a good move by the coach for St. Louis Park. They were down 9-1, still are down 9-1, but now they have runners at second and third in scoring position with just 1 out and a chance to try to climb back in this thing. So now the count, 2 balls, 1 strike to Hannah Howell. Pitch on away, and that is low. And the pitch to third, and they called her safe. Wow, they tried to pick her off at third, and she just barely got back. Look at the replay. Ooh, did she get the tag? She couldn't hold on to it. That was close, folks. That'll teach her to be careful getting off third, and this big swing by Howell is going to be called a strike. And now it's going to be 3-1. This is an important part of the game, I feel, for St. Louis Park. They're down 9-1. They got runners in scoring position here, a chance to get some momentum back. Swung on, and way behind that pitch was Howell. So now the count 3-2 as Allen has got back into this count. Empty base at first, pitch on away, and swung on, and she hangs in there. So nice job by Howell. She finally caught up with that, so she's just getting her timing down. She might be ready to poke one right back at him now. She came in off the bench. And she gets the walk, and that'll load up the bases for number 16, Marissa Betcher. She's got an RBI already for the 1 run. She's the starting pitcher, 1 out, bases loaded. Arguably their best player at the plate. Pitch on away. Swings at that first pitch. High ball to right field. It's going to be caught, and that should allow a run to come in on the tag. And it does, and the runner from second tags the third, so Betcher gets her second RBI of the night. Nice job. Score now 9-2. You can tell she just got the bat on it, and boy, it carried, didn't it? But right under it is the right fielder. She makes the catch, gets the ball in, and now stepping into bat, number 20 off the bench, Macy Alexander. What if she's related to Reagan Alexander, their star basketball and volleyball player with the Orioles, who we've broadcasted at ParkTV 16 Sports many times over the last few years. As Alexander looks at strike one. Base hit would add another run for Park, and she swings at that pitch, and another ball, and that gets by, and that's going to score. So an error on that play. I would call that an error on the third baseman. I thought the ball was catchable. So St. Louis Park, here's that replay, the swing and the miss, and there's the throw, and that's an error on 5. So E5 if you're scoring at home, and an unearned run for Park now makes it 9-3 as they're starting to climb back in this by hook or by crook. That is swung on and fouled back by Alexander. Count will remain at 0-2. And there's still a duck on the pond at second base. Hannah Howell's out there. A base hit could score her if it's deep enough. And that would be some inning for Park here if they could get that run across. Swung on, hanging in there is Alexander. Tough hitter there, 0-2 count. And now, let's see, okay, ball comes in near side. You can see the shadows starting to come across the field. The sun is starting to set more and more as the batter is in the shade now. Pitch on away in the dirt. First ball, good eye by Macy Alexander. She is impressing with her good decision making at the plate. See if she can get the bat on it. Find some green in the outfield. And that ball outside. And the pickoff attempt. Safe, just barely, but she does get back. So the catcher for Hopkins is not afraid to throw that ball around. So if you're a base runner for the Orioles, you've got to be aware of that. The coach has to remind them of that. Pitch on away and a swing and a miss and a strikeout, and that'll end the bottom of the third for the Orioles, but not before they come up with 2 more runs. And they cut the lead to 9-3, and we will go to the top of the 4th here at Aquila Park. Our score 9-3 on this beautiful, gorgeous night. And we'll see if we can identify who's playing where in the outfield. I have my binoculars. They have really small numbers, and I'm getting a little older. My eyesight isn't like it should be. That's why I have the binoculars. So let me see if I can figure out who's where while we watch the players come out of the dugout. And listen to this nice music they got playing here. Very festive. All right, at second base is number 16. That's Marissa Betcher. So she started pitching. She was in right field. Now she's at second. At first base is 17, Hannah Howell. On the mound, Sarah Crocker. At shortstop, I think that's Macy Alexander, who is just up. Number 20, yep, that's Macy Alexander. Or maybe she'll be at third. All right, Cameron Holly, I think, is at short. Betcher's gonna be playing second. Macy Alexander's at third. Crocker's at first. Howell's at first. Alexander's at third. Holly's at short, where she started the game, and Betcher's at second. Okay, we're underway. I'll try to figure out the outfield in a minute. Okay, now stepping into bat, number 13 for Hopkins. Delaney Lindstrom, and she gets a ball hit to center field, and that gets by the center fielder all the way to the wall, and that's going to be a stand-up double for the leadoff hitter here in the top of the fourth, Delaney Lindstrom. And that will bring up next number 25, Tori Turgeon, the center fielder and the senior. As now there's more substitutions. You can see the Hopkins coach talking to the umpire. They've got to report them all, and there has been a ton of them, especially on the Orioles side. That'll give me a chance to see who's in left field. I think that's number 18. Megan Haney in left field for St. Louis Park, and in center field, that is Sadie Lund, who started there. That's who's in center. And the pitch from Crocker, who's come in and pitched admirably, very well. Hasn't given up any runs here. She finished off the top of the second, got a 1-2-3 inning in the third, and now she here is in the fourth, and gave up really her first hit and base runner here just a moment ago. And now the count is 1-1 to Tori Turgeon, the center fielder for the Hopkins Royals. And she swings at that first pitch to left field, and that is going to be down in the gap against the wall. And the runner on second held up, and now she's going to come home. There could be a play at the plate, and she slides in safely. A little slow on the relay there from Alexander, and that allowed the base hitter to get to second. As we watch that ball get hit way out there, off the fence actually, now that I look at the replay. So that ball was definitely stung. And Hopkins, they've got some big time hitters on this team, and that's why they're in first place in the powerful Lake Conference. Now stepping into bat, number 40, the pitcher. Allen, and she looks at ball one. So one run across, our score 10-3 here in the top of the fourth. Pitch on away, and that ball is hit to right field, coming in, and it just gets down in front of the right fielder, and that'll allow the runner on second to advance to third, and a base hit for Cassidy Allen, the pitcher for Hopkins. So now they've got something going here in the top of the fourth. One across already in this inning, and now a pinch runner coming in for Hopkins. That's number 18, Anissa Dissert, and that's for Allen because she is the pitcher, so they're going to rest her. And now stepping in to bat is number 39 for Hopkins, and that is Iris Vili. And that ball right back to Crocker. She goes straight to first to record that out. Nice move there, as the runner was already going to advance to second. So she records out number 1, I believe. So that advances the runner. So now Hopkins has 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the fourth, 1 across already. And now up to bat, number 14, Sophie Schmitz, as she looks at ball number 1 from Crocker. 1 out, so there's an open base at first, so there's no possibility of a traditional type double play. Pitch on away from Crocker. That ball swung on to right field. Is it going to get down in right field? And it does, and it's fair, and that's going to score 2 runs, and she's at second, and she's going to try to stretch it to a triple, and I think she's going to be successful standing up. Big hit there by Sophie Schmitz here in the top of the fourth with 1 out, runners on second and third. She bats them in with a big triple down the right field line. As we look at that replay, and the right fielder just couldn't quite catch up to it. And then it scoots away from her, and now the first pitch from Crocker goes right back to the same play, and she makes the put out, but that's gonna score the run from third on the tag up. And now Hopkins takes a 14-3 lead here in the top of the fourth. And now 2 outs. I think I got it. I'm looking at the scoreboard, it's 13-3, but now I do think it is 14, and that pitch is swung on foul as Macy Alexander picks it up. It was 11-3, so yeah, 13-3 is the score. I guess that is correct. So 13-3, 10-run lead here for Hopkins. And nobody on here with 2 out, and stepping into bat for Hopkins here, already with 1 strike on her, is number 2, Molly Ensler. As she looks at ball number 1. So the count 1-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Ensler to bat. And she looks at ball number 2, low and in the dirt. Crocker, pitch on away. Just missed, I thought, on that pitch. So now 3-1 to count. Nobody on. Hitter's pitch here for number 2, Ensler. She swings on that. Slow roller to Alexander. Can she get it across? Gets her out. What a gun by Macy Alexander. She throws her out at first to retire the side, but not before Hopkins gets 4 more runs here in the top of the 4th. As we look at that replay, yep, that ball got there by a half a step. And Macy Alexander has a rifle of an arm over there, and that's really what you need from that left side of the infield. That's a long throw with short base paths. So nice play by Macy Alexander as the bench has really come through here for St. Louis Park. So there might be a changing of the guard here halfway through their season, as a lot of the substitutes, especially Crocker coming in relief, pitching very well. Although she did give up 4 runs there, she came in and has pitched very well. And now St. Louis Park will come up in the bottom of the 4th, needing to get some runs, as they do have a 10-run mercy rule after 5. And I guess that would extend to the 6th inning if it goes that far. So St. Louis Park's gonna be batting to try to stay in this game, although they'll get another chance here in the 5th. And expected up here for St. Louis Park to lead it off here in their bottom of the 4th will be number 5. And number 5 is Cora Zumbrunen, who's also in off the bench, although she's been in for the last couple innings but wasn't a starter. And I don't know what we're waiting for exactly. More substitutions, everyone's writing them down. Both managers, you can see in the orange, the head coach for St. Louis Park. Now the manager's coming there in your foreground on the left side of your screen. Or no, that's the St. Louis Park first base coach. So they're just making sure they got it all straight. And now Cora Zumbrunen steps in and takes strike 1 there. So 0-1 to count. We're in the bottom of the 4th. There's your score, 13-3. I'm Robert Christensen. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. We're broadcasting from Aquila Park on a gorgeous evening here. Mid-60s, no wind. Really picture perfect, not a blemish in the sky. Perfect blue. And the 1-1 count, swung on. Pop fly to right field coming in, and making the put out is the right fielder for Hopkins, number 2. Molly Ensler records out number 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Now stepping into bat is number 9, also an additional player off the bench, Ava Tabior. We'll get her first look at Cassidy Allen, the pitcher for Hopkins, and she throws that first pitch high and outside. Ball 1 to Ava Tabior. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Pitch on away, swung on, way ahead of that pitch, so that's a good sign for Tabior. Just needs to wait on that pitch just a little bit more. She'll look at a 1-1 count pitch here with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Cassidy Allen from the windup. And that pitch took a little something off of it, outside, good eye by Tabior. 2-1 the count. From the windup, swung on and missed. Strike 2. So 2-2 the count to Ava. St. Louis Park 1-8 in the conference, 3-9 overall. And that ball swung on by Tabior. Over on the left side, so the count will remain 2 balls. 2 strikes, 1 out here, bottom of the 4th. It just joined us. Hopkins got off to a 4-0 lead, then expanded to 9-1 before St. Louis Park got into it. And there's a nice 2-strike, 2-ball base hit by Tabior off the bench to left field. Showing great fortitude here. We look at that replay, and beautiful, quick wristed swing there. Gets that ball out to left field, and a base hit for Tabior off the bench. And St. Louis Park has some talent on this bench as they've come in and played very well, starting with Crocker in relief as pitching, and now stepping into bat, number 18, Megan Haney, also off the bench, playing left field. And she swings at pitch number 1 for a strike. So 1 out still, but a runner on first, Tabier. And now Haney, Megan Haney, takes a swing, just gets a little piece of that, but that's gonna be strike 2, so she's in the hole at 0-2. Doesn't look like Tabier is a stealing threat, at least not right now. St. Louis Park needs base runners to get back into this one. Pitch on away, fouled straight back and out of play. She's hanging in there, needing to protect that plate. No balls, 2 strikes. That sun continues to set. Most of the field is in the shade now. Swung and a miss, and the throw down to first, not in time, but that's gonna be out number 2 on the strikeout. So Haney goes down swinging for out number 2 in the bottom of the 4th. And now stepping into bat, number 8, who we don't know who she is, so we're calling her 008 special agent. With 2 outs, runner on first. And swing and a miss as Cassidy Allen took something off that pitch as 008 was way in front of that pitch. Oh no, that's Katie Crocker. I know who 008 is. I just looked down and saw it. My mistake. Crocker, the pitcher. And now Tabier looking to steal, and oh, they couldn't hold on to it, or otherwise I think they would have had her gunned down there at second. So Tabier does steal second, and now a chance for Crocker to get that run. Oh, she almost got caught off second too, but I think that throw was in time, but she couldn't hold on to it. Okay, Crocker looks, and that's a ball. So now 2-1 to the Sarah Crocker. Katie Crocker, I should say. 2 outs now, but a runner in scoring position. A base hit here. Could score, and that pitch is high. Tabier looking, and they're gonna throw her out. They got her caught off second, but she's gonna get into third anyway. Those short base paths definitely favor the runners in girls varsity softball. And here's the replay. Look at that camera angle. She comes right in there, keeps her foot on the base. So nice job by Tabier off the bench. And now a golden opportunity here for Sarah Crocker to help herself out. Swung on, sharply hit, and a base hit, and Tabier will score the 4th run. And a nice job by Sarah Crocker driving that ball right back up the middle, basically, just eluding the second baseman's reach. And now stepping into bat, Rowan Jansen, another player off the bench. And Crocker on first. So that hurts with 2 outs and a run across here for St. Louis Park. Keeps that deficit at 9. Trying to avoid that. And now a beautiful hit by Jansen off the bench. And she'll send Crocker to third, and the relay is not in time, and it gets by her. And Jansen will advance to second on that play. And what a hit by Jansen off the bench as she advances Crocker to third and then takes second on the throw. And with 2 outs, St. Louis Park is threatening, and now coming up to bat is the number 3 hitter, Cameron Halley, as we look at that replay as it gets by. And now Hopkins is gonna come in and talk about it. St. Louis Park here threatening in their half of the 4th. Trying to stay in this match as there's a 10-run rules. We'll look at their upcoming schedule after tonight. They're gonna have a game right away tomorrow at Richfield. Then they've got the Minneapolis Row there, I should say. Minneapolis, Southwest, South, and Washburn, which is really more to the east. So South, Southwest, and East. All Minneapolis in the next week and a half here for the Orioles. But right now their focus is on 11-2 Hopkins, and they've got their work cut out, but a golden opportunity here in the bottom of the 4th, and that first pitch is coming right next to my, everything's okay. So swung on, strike. I could have made that play, Paul, I swear to God. All right, strike 1 now. to number 12. And that's going to be a base hit. She's coming in. It does get down. The center fielder was playing in, and she does get the ball in quickly. So only one run's going to come in on that, but a base hit by the number 3 hitter for St. Louis Park. And this game is getting more and more interesting, isn't it? 2 outs, and they've got a few runs across, 2 runs across here, and there's another base hit. You can see the center fielder was cheating up, so they had the scouting report on Jansen. And that did prevent the runner from third right there. She got that relay in right away. And now it looks like that slide, Jansen is coming off limping. And so now we're going to have a pinch runner in at third for her. And that's going to be number 13 for St. Louis Park. If I can find my sheet that has those names on it. I just had it. Oh, there it went. Number 13. Is when he did start, but she was out. I don't know how this is working in terms of the substitution rules. When I used to play, if you came out, you were out. But I think that rule for girls softball is not the same. And it might not be that way for varsity baseball either anymore. So now let's get settled here. Up to bat is number 17, Hannah Howell. The count is 1-1, 2 strikes, and there's a runner on third. And there's 2 runs across. The score is 13-5. Pitch on away, swung on and down the line. They call it foul. Foul ball. Play is dead. Wen will go back to third. Wow. Good excitement here at Quilla Park. If you're just joining us, thank you for hanging in there with us. Lots of substitutions here. Okay, now Howell steps in. Pitch on away from Allen. And the strike call, and that'll retire Howell in the bottom of the 4th for the Orioles, but not before they get 2 runs, and they bring the score to 13-5, and now the Hopkins Royals are going to come up in the top of the 5th with an 8-run lead. They need 2 more runs to try to get the mercy rule in play. We'll see what happens there, and this has been quite the affair, I will say. Great action here, despite the differential in score. It has been a fun softball game. Hope you're enjoying it as much as I am here at ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. You can go to the website and catch the replays throughout the week, as well as lots of other games that we've broadcasted over the years. And the sun is starting to set here in St. Louis Park, and that means the temperature is going to drop as we get to about 8 o'clock here on a Wednesday night. And Sarah Crocker will come out to the mound once again. And the temperature is still 66 degrees, but you can feel that it's starting to drop here as that sun is starting to set behind the trees in left field, and just a gorgeous sunset in a gorgeous neighborhood here in St. Louis Park. Just beautiful around here to Quilla Park. They have a nice hill. Can imagine the kids sliding over yonder. Just lots of people milling around with their dogs and their kids. Just what an atmosphere. Okay, now Crocker into pitch, and she'll face number 36. For Hopkins. And I don't have a name for number 36 for some reason, as she swings at that pitch, and it goes out to center field, and the put out made nicely there by Ava Taber out there in center field. And Sarah Crocker and the Orioles get that all-important first out here in the top of the 5th, and now stepping into bat, number 32, Lauren Greger. She had a 3-run home run earlier in the game. Very dangerous hitter. Crocker pitches, ooh, just missed. Appeared to me from the body language of the home plate umpire that she was going to call that a strike, but maybe just a tad high. But Crocker coming in, pitching very well tonight. That pitch now low. Definitely doesn't want to groove one here to Granger. The junior's very dangerous, powerful hitter. And there's a hit to deep center. Tabier, though, has it marked and a quick out. And now with the temperature dropping, the ball doesn't seem to be carrying like it was even a few minutes ago with that heat going down. Definitely can affect the trajectory and how long that ball will travel. Okay, now stepping into bat, number 13, Delaney Lindstrom, the junior, with one out, nobody on, the top of the fifth. Hopkins with an 8-run lead here. Right-handed hitter looking at 1 ball, 1 strike, and that ball's lifted out to left field and coming in and unable to make that catch. I think she may have been distracted. Haney out there. She's feeling the pain of missing that. Very unfortunate. It was kind of a tough play. She had to run in, and I don't know the communication. She just took her eye off of it. I'm sure she was concerned about running into the shortstop. And that is a mistake I see even in adult softball. People are afraid to talk. I don't know if it's the Minnesota quietness, but they're afraid to yell out, "I've got it." And if the left fielder has it, they've got to scream it out. They might be embarrassed, but there's nothing embarrassing about it. More embarrassing is not making that out. And there's another hit, but it's a soft pop-up in the infield, and that ball is handled cleanly, and a nice clean inning here for St. Louis Park as they face 4 hitters, but no runs across, and will go to the bottom of the 5th, and the Orioles down by 8, and that means they still have a chance here with 3 more ups, or at least 1 more or 2 more ups, as they are still within that 10-run lead, and we watch the coach for St. Louis Park coming over. He rounds up those players, and I don't know the name of the coach. I don't think I have that information, but I like his style. He's laughing a lot, and he's having a lot of fun, and he's keeping it light over there, and he really looks like an excellent coach, and I like the substitutions that he's made, and he's got the whole team involved in the game, and there's just a great vibe over there by the Orioles, so very impressive, and they are playing a really tough team here, and they are standing up well. So having a good time, and that's what it's all about, and playing good softball and getting better. And now Hopkins will come out in the bottom of the 5th. I think they thought they were going to 10-run these Orioles after 5, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. As we look at their upcoming schedule, the Royals that is, they've got Chanhassen, and they play in the Lake Conference, so St. Michael Albertville, and then Minnetonka, Wayzata, Tartan, they're not in the Lake Conference, neither is Matamidi, but Champlain Park might be. I'm not so sure, though. So, but when they're in this pandemic year, and you got to remember, these girls haven't played in 2 years. So you got to bet we're all appreciating our freedoms here and being able to do what we want to do. Living with this virus. Okay, Allen gets that first pitch in for a ball, and up to bat is number 16. For St. Louis Park, that's Marissa Betcher, the number 5 hitter. She was the starting pitcher, and she's been at second base for the most part since being relieved by Crocker in the 2nd. And she looks at that ball number 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Betcher and the Orioles. And you get the feeling they could still get back in this thing. With a few hits here, and now Allen having trouble finding the strike zone here in the bottom of the 5th. And that temperature is really noticeably dropping. Just sitting here, just to the side of the batter's box. You can feel the chill, and you wonder what impact that's gonna have on any of these players or all of them. I mean, it's not bitter cold or anything, but it is a change. Okay, now 3-1 the count to Betcher. Pitch on away, swung on, and that's lifted to right field. Is it gonna get down? Nope, not in time. And coming up nicely to make that play for Hopkins was Molly Ensler, and she's played a nice right field out there, coming right in there, got her glove up, and that's an important thing. You get that glove up first. And then just let your eyes guide it to the ball. She puts out number 1, but now stepping in to bat is the relief third baseman, Macy Alexander. She's got a rocket arm there at third, and she's way off the mark there on that swing as Allen blew that pitch by her with a fastball. Looked like it might have been a little high and outside. So Macy Alexander steps in. And that ball swung on and fouled back into the left, out of play. So now quick 2 strikes on Alexander. As we get a new ball in there. You can see our ParkTV 16 truck where our producer Paul is. He produces all the magic, all the great angles. And now no balls, 2 strikes. The pitch on away to Macy Alexander. She swung on and fouled that back. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Making Cassidy Allen, number 40, the pitcher, work for it. She's given up 5 runs here. And that pitch is way out of the mark. Tried to get Macy Alexander to chase it, but she's too smart for that. And that's now ball number 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here, bottom of the 5th. Pitch on away, swung on, and a base hit with 2 strikes on her. Macy Alexander showing some mettle there. She lines that right between the hole in between third and short, so a base hit. Boy, that's impressive, 2-strike pitch. She got a little top spin heat on that pitch, on that hit too, which means she was right on top of it. So now a runner on first, and stepping into bat, number 5 is Cora Zumbrunin. She swings at that first pitch for strike 1. Runner on, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. And that swung on and lifted to center field. Oh, it was a pop-up in the infield. And an easy play for the shortstop for Hopkins, number 10, Taylor Katzenmeyer, who I think is in relief there at shortstop. So now 2 outs, and now up to bat, Ava Tabier, who got a base hit last time up and worked her way around to score that 4th or 5th run for the Orioles. But now with 2 outs and a runner on, she'll step in and looks at ball 1. So Allen having a little difficult time finding the strike zone here. And the sun now is below the trees, so it's not going to have an impact on anyone. And 1 ball, no strikes to count, and she swings at that low pitch. So the count now 1-1. Pitch on away, took something off that one, Allen did, the pitcher. So now the count 2-1. And Macy Alexander still at first base. Pitch on away, and that's high, way outside, and Macy Alexander's gonna take second, but there's gonna be a throw, and she's in there in time with the slide. And that was a hard slide. If she's gonna be okay as she dusts herself off. Let's look at that replay. She came in and just slid at the last second. Boy, you worry about sliding in there so late that sometimes they don't anticipate that bag, and if it's really fastened down, you can hurt an ankle. Seen it happen, but it looks like she's okay. So now a runner in scoring position for Tabier, and a swing and a miss at that 3-1 count will make it full with 2 outs. So the payoff pitch on away here with a runner in scoring position. Park would like to get Macy Alexander across with a base hit right here. Swung on and a miss, and a strikeout for Allen, and that will retire the side with no runs across. But there was 1 hit, no runs, and after 5 complete, our score remains 13-5, and we'll go to the top of the 6th with the Hopkins has an 8-run lead. If they can get 2 more and hold St. Louis Park, they'll win by 10 after 6. And we'll see what happens. And I'm gonna put my jacket on as the temperature is starting to drop here. I feel like Mr. Rogers when he puts his sweater on when he comes in and out. But it's that time of year where it can be 69 degrees at night, and by morning it'll be 38 degrees. And that is Sarah Crocker coming in relief. She has pitched very, very well. And a lot of the reserves have come in, and we'll have to see when we do their next game if that's going to change the starters as well, because I think these substitutes have played so well for St. Louis Park. And there might be a changing of the guard here, as players matriculate through high school, sophomore, junior, seniors, and the younger players coming up starting to make their presence felt. Always great to see players developing. It's one of the most fun things about watching high school sports. Okay, now the pitcher, Cassidy Allen, coming in to bat. As she looks at ball one here in the top of the sixth, 8-run lead for Hopkins. You can bet they'd like to get 2 runs, get 3 outs, and get on the bus and out of here. And that pitch swung on right to Macy Alexander at third base. And boy, does she got a hold of third base. I really like Macy Alexander out there. She's played very well, a couple base hits, few putouts there, and there's another one for her. And that looks like that could be her position here for the foreseeable future, I think. And now that ball swung on and it gets by. Big hit there by number 39. That is Shad Irishvili. The first baseman gets a big base hit. Scoots that past the second baseman, Betcher. She dives, she's full of dirt. Watch her just take a mouthful of dirt out there, I guess. And now stepping into bat for Hopkins, number 14, Sophie Schmitz, with a runner on and 1 out here, and she swings it. Oh, and she hits the first base coach, who did not see that coming. I think it just hit her in the forearm, and the umpire's gonna come out to make sure she's okay. I think she's probably just a little red-faced, but you know, it happens. Here's that replay, let's see this. So the first baseman is just sitting around, she's not paying attention, and boy, yeah, it's a dangerous place. She's gotta be ready. Glad she's okay, of course. That could have been very dangerous. Those balls come off those metal aluminum bats, lightning fast sometimes. Okay, the count 1-1, 1 out here. Pitch on away. High and outside, 2-1 the count as we look at Sarah Crocker. Runner on first, 1 out, count 2-1. And that ball in the dirt, and she's gonna take second unopposed, so Shad Irishvili takes second, and she's smiling out there. I don't think she's one that steals a lot of bases. It looks like she, like the cat who swallowed the canary there, didn't she? She's having a good time, and that line shot to Howell records out number 2 off the bat of Sophie Schmitz. So now 2 outs for the Orioles, as they have really been holding their own since the initial innings here. And now stepping up to bat, number 7, Sammy Katz. Strike 1 from Crocker, and boy, Crocker is really impressing me on the mound tonight. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, no runs across here, and that ball swung on, coming in, and can't make the play. It's gonna get by her, and that's gonna score Shad Irishvili. And now is she gonna go for 3? She is, she's gonna stretch it, and she dives head first, and she's in there with a triple. On the air though, I would call that a base hit, but then an air on the right fielder, both a hit and an air. Let's see that, just got in, she came in and just didn't play it very well, unfortunately. Probably was felt in no man's land there. And I know what that's like to be there. You don't know quite what to do. And you either got to make the decision to hold up and just make sure the ball doesn't get by you to contain that runner, which might have been the play in this situation. But that's a run for Hopkins, and now their lead is 9, and they've got a runner on third with 2 outs, and now they are in position to get that 10-run rule into play here, as now number 2 steps in. Molly Ensler, the right fielder, and she's got a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 2 outs, and that is ball 2. So 2-1 the count to Molly Ensler. Wind up, pitch on away, just got a piece of it. So strike 2, so 2-2 the count with 2 outs, and the runner on third base is Molly Ensler on her base hit to right, and then the 2-base error allowed her to slide in head first to third base. Pitch on away from Crocker. Just missed high. You can see we have a nice crowd on hand as we look at Howell there in the background, Crocker, and there's the runner for Hopkins. That's a great camera angle, actually, seeing all those players at once. And there's a base hit to left field. Solid frozen rope. And is she going to take second on the bobble play? No, she's going to stay at first, but that is an RBI base hit, and that is the 15th run for Hopkins, and now they're up by 10. And that is just a beautiful base hit. Also topspin heat there. And when I say topspin heat, there's that topspin that allows that ball to dive down, which is exactly what you want in softball. Get that topspin. It's kind of like tennis, how the ball just, you know, if you want that ball to go right over the net and dive down. Same principle here with softball, because you don't want that ball lifting up, because that allows that fielder to come in and make that play. But with a hit like that, it's diving down into the green. It's very impossible. That's even a phrase, very impossible. But yeah, very impossible to make that play. Okay, now stepping in is Violet Dupre, the 10th grader, off the bench as she looks at strike one, and a 10-run lead now for Hopkins, and a runner on first is Ensler. And that's swung on, and Howell comes over and makes the easy put out in the foul territory to record out number 3, but not before Hopkins gets those 2 important runs and that all-important 10-run lead. And so now St. Louis Park must score to stay in the game, as we are now in inning number 6. We play 7 unless there's the 10-run rule. And so St. Louis Park is over there talking about it, and that is the situation here at Aquila Park. And we'll see with all the substitutions who is we'll see what happens. And coming out to pitch is Cassidy Allen. She's gone the whole way. And the sun is starting to set, and the lights have now come on here at Aquila Park. And coming up to bat for St. Louis Park is going to be number 18, Megan Haney. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. It's Hoenie. Number 18, she's been in left field for most of the game. And St. Louis Park is up in the bottom of the 6th, and they've got to get a run to stay in the match. The pitch from Allen, swung on and missed, strike one. No balls, 1 strike the count. Pitch on away, swung on, fouled straight back off the backstop. So now Megan Haney is in the hole with no balls, 2 strikes. And she takes a nice pitch there, so low, ball 1, so 1-2 the count. And swung on and missed, and that's a strikeout for Cassidy Allen as they throw the ball around the horn there, Hopkins does. And that is out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th, and now stepping up to bat is the pitcher, Sarah Crocker. And she is a very good softball player, folks. She'll be a tough out here for Cassidy Allen. The pitch on away, strike call, so Cassidy Allen not wasting any time here, and the temperature is dropping. They've got a 10-run lead, and they are very close to getting out of here after 6, unless Crocker and the Orioles can get something going here. And that pitch is way out of the strike zone. Good eye by Crocker. She wasn't fooled in the least. So we look at number 40, Cassidy Allen. Got 3 cameras all around here. And that ball swung on off the handle. So that'll be strike 2 to Sarah Crocker. Or Katie Crocker. I don't know why I say Sarah. It's interesting. Not saying Betty Crocker, it's Katie Crocker. All right, pitch on away. That would have been cruel if they had named her Betty Crocker. It wouldn't have been. Okay, now here we go. Sarah or Katie Crocker, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And suddenly very quiet here as I think everyone understands the moment we've come to here in the bottom of the 6th and the 10-run rule in play. And Crocker looks at that, and now she gets back into the count at 2-2 with 1 out. Park needs some base runners for sure. The windup from Allen swung on, and that ball's lifted to center field, but it's going to be playable by the center fielder, and she gets that ball in. And so now we have 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th, and that means it's going to be left up to number 13. That's Ella Wen. She started out at second base. She was at third. I think she was in the outfield, been moving all around. And it's up to her with nobody on to keep this game alive for the Orioles. And even if they don't get it done, they've played very, very well against a very powerful Hopkins team. I don't know if they're state tournament bound because I don't have a good measure of that, but they look like they could be. And that pitch just inside. Good eye by Wen. So now 2 balls, no strikes. They just need base runners here, the Orioles do. A base runner and a base hit. Good look there at Wen. And that pitch is also inside. So Allen now, 3 balls, no strikes. And you got to think here with 2 outs in the game on the line that Wen is going to be taking all the way here. And she is, and she draws the walk, and there is life here for the Orioles after all. And now stepping into bat is their number 3 hitter, Cameron Holly, and she had a great at-bat last time. Came through with an RBI hit. So this will be a tough out here for the Hopkins Royals here in the bottom of the 6th with the 10-run rule at play. If Orioles can get that runner across Wen, they'll stay in it, and there's a base hit. It's gonna get down in right field, and Wen's gonna go to third. Let's see if she takes it. And the throw, they're not gonna let her go. And now we got runners at first and third with 2 outs. And now stepping up to bat is number 10, Georgia Carpentier, the number 4 hitter, and a base hit here will keep them in the game here in the bottom of the 6th. So good excitement here at Aquila Park in this non-conference girls varsity softball game. At least I'm excited, even though it's the 10-run rule. I think it's really great experience for these girls to play under pressure situations. Such a great metaphor for life here when you play sports. Definitely prepares you for all kinds of things later on. And now here is Carpentier with the pressure on and a runner on first and third. And there's pressure on Allen here too, the pitcher, to keep that ball, because if it gets by, Ella Wen looks like she has the speed to take home on any type of mistake by the pitcher and the catcher for the Royals. As we look at Charpentier step in, and she's got 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, game on the line. Pitch on away, and that's gonna be caught at the second baseman, and that's gonna be your ball game. Boy, just a matter of inches there. Charpentier has to be proud of herself for getting a good bat on that ball. But that's going to end the game here at the end of 6 innings, but not without a fair amount of excitement here from Aquila Park. But that is going to be your final score as Hopkins takes it from the Orioles by 10, 15-5 on 20 hits and 1 error. St. Louis Park, 5 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors. And so that means St. Louis Park will go to 3-10 on the year. Hopkins will go to 12-2, and they are leading the Lake Conference. And so that'll do it from Aquila Park. And so for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone connected with our great production here at Aquila Park, my name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Tomorrow night, we'll be bringing you boys baseball from St. Louis Park. Have a good night.